A family is in anguish this evening after a police shooting in Upper Marlboro kills a 20-year-old man suffering from a mental illness. CTV visited his home where family friends are sharing more about what happened.
A young man who suffers from a lifelong mental illness was shot and killed near his home by police on Saturday. The shooting happened in the 900 block of Andy and Goose Way in Upper Marlboro, and the family questions the police action that led to an untimely death.
This is a very sad situation of a young man who suffered from mental illness, and his family was not able to get the support that he needed, and this is the resultant thing that has occurred.
Family members say Charles Smith was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, a disease they say created a terrible string of events on Saturday afternoon.
Well, apparently he was having some conflict with some friends, and because of that he felt a need to defend himself. He was home by himself before the police were called, and his mom wasn't even home, and he felt threatened. I guess he thought he heard a noise or something, and because of that a neighbor had called the police because of noise that they heard here, in the home. That's how the police came here. His mother did not call the police for assistance. Someone else did. She actually had him at some point that evening, and she was going to take him to the hospital to try to get him hospitalized. And unfortunately, she decided to come back to the house and lock up the house. And that's when the police were there, and that's how they became involved.
And while the family has no idea why the police would apply such force to an unarmed man, the Prince George's Police Department offers a different story.
That the suspect, Smith, had a history of mental illness, as well as he took his shotgun and fired rounds inside the home. When officers determined that Smith needed to be transported to a local hospital for a psychological evaluation, Smith became very irate and fled the home on foot. Officers at that time stopped him a short distance away. He became agitated, he was irate, and they used other means to try to detain him, such as a taser and pepper spray. Smith at that time started beating one of the officers, and a struggle ensued over her weapon. It was at that time Officer Bond witnessed this assault, as well as Smith trying to take the officer's gun, and he fired his weapon at Smith, and Smith was transported to a local hospital where he later died.
And while the family grieves a loss, they don't want Smith's death to go in vain.
People need to understand mental illness is a huge issue in our society, and there just is not enough support, especially for children. And people don't realize then these children become adults, and there's very limited support at that point. And so, if nothing else, Amanda would like the word to get out that there needs to be more from our politicians, throughout the government, school systems, if they can all come together and really focus on the needs of children.
In Upper Marlboro, I'm Tahira Lindsay for CTV News.
Police say Officer Harry Bond has been placed on administrative leave. Bond is a 16-month veteran with the department.